Are you looking to buy a home in the Tacoma, Washington area and you don't even know where to start? Stick around because in this video, I'm going to break down the 10 steps to buying a home in Bonney Lake and surrounding areas and why it's important to start early. Because trust me, you don't want them to hurt you down the road. Hey everyone, I'm Lynea Carver with eXp Realty here in Bonney Lake, Washington, and welcome to my YouTube channel where I talk about all things living in and around Bonney Lake, Washington. If at any point in this video you have any questions about the real estate market or anything that I'm talking about today, drop them in the comments below or reach out to me directly and I will get back to you, or I may just create a video for you. Let's get into it. First of all, there are 4 parts of the home buying journey. First is hiring the right team. Second, preparing for market. Third, going to market. 4, closing. Part 1, hiring the right team. First thing you gotta do is start your research early. I cannot stress this enough. I am a huge advocate for having a plan, educating yourself, and arming yourself with all the knowledge that you need to enter the real estate market. Knowledge is power, people. Knowledge builds confidence, and you will need both knowledge and confidence in this market. Watching videos like this, that's step number 1 in action. Step number 2, find the right real estate agent. It's true, having knowledge and confidence is imperative, and equally as important is having the right agent. Now, before we go any further, let's just set one thing straight. Not all agents are the same. If you've worked with an agent in the past and they gave you a bad taste in your mouth, I encourage you though, let go of that. Instead, interview a few agents and work to understand their personality, their knowledge in your area of interest, their expertise in real estate in general. Check out their reviews, make sure they have an online presence, learn how they interact with other agents in their market. All these things make a difference. Who you work with really matters, believe me. Your agent will make or break your entire experience, so spend some time on this step. The third step is find a mortgage broker or a mortgage banker to choose your loan. Now, remember how I just talked about not all agents are the same? Well, the truth is the same goes for your lender. There is a difference between a mortgage broker and a mortgage banker. The choice of walking into your local bank or credit union to apply for a home loan or doing your homework and interviewing a few different lenders is just as important as choosing the right agent. Both bankers and brokers offer loans. Bankers work for one lending institution and have that single source of money, and therefore they are limited in their programs and their rates. Brokers, on the other hand, act as agents working with multiple lenders. And since they have multiple sources of money, they can offer a wider variety of loan programs, which can be really valuable in time savings because you don't really have to do the shopping around. They do it for you. Easy peasy. And just as with finding your agent, you must make sure you also like your lender. You are going to be working with them closely for quite some time. They're going to be digging into your life. Here's a hint for you. Your real estate agent likely has a few fantastic referrals for you, so always ask, because the relationship between your agent and your lender is a very, very important one. And now that you found your agent and you found your lender, we move on to part 2 and the next 2 steps. Hey, before I forget, leave a comment below if you want a copy of my guide to buying a home in Washington, and make sure to subscribe for more Bonney Lake real estate content. Step number 4. Determine how much house you can afford. Doing this step the right way, which means working with a lender to calculate your comfortable budget, will save a lot of time and energy that would otherwise be wasted looking at homes that are way outside of what you can reasonably afford. Which leads me to step number 5. Get pre-approved. A pre-approval should definitely happen before shopping for your home. A pre-approval is a legit verification of your ability to borrow money to purchase a home. Your lender will look at your credit score and see what type of loan programs and interest rates you qualify for. They will also give you an idea of how much money to expect to bring into the closing table, including costs and down payment. Be prepared though, you will have to provide a lot of documentation. If you're a W-2 employee, for example, you'll need to provide your last 2 pay stubs, your last 2 bank statements, your last 2 years of tax returns, your last 2 years of asset statements, your social security number, because there will be a credit check. And if you're self-employed, you're also gonna need your last 2 years of tax returns and your last 3 months of P&L statements. Now, if you're approved, your lender will then issue a pre-approval for the maximum amount that you can borrow and financing terms and programs that you're qualified for. Once the paperwork is out of the way, we get to the fun part. Step number 6. Shop for your home and make an offer. Having an experienced agent will definitely go to work for you. The current market has been super unique. We need to be able to look at homes almost immediately upon seeing it online. Not everything sells in one day anymore, but you still want to look at it fast. There are many apps that you can use to search for a home, but the best bet is to tell your agent what you want and let them guide you to their favorite resources. Now, if you want to set up your own search, you are also welcome to use my website, eastpiercehomes.com, to do this. Once you find a home that fits your needs and you decide to go for it, let your agent know, and then you work together to craft a winning offer. What constitutes a winning offer is going to be different for every home because not every home has the same competition. So make sure to take this step very seriously and strategize what is going to work best for you. Once your offer is accepted, you are in contract and it's time to move toward the closing table. Step number 7 and step number 8, get the home inspection and the appraisal. The home inspection and appraisal, they're not the same thing, and here's the difference. The home inspection is what you do as a buyer to ensure that you are doing your due diligence to understand the full condition of the home. It's a cost that you pay for. Most lenders don't require a home inspection, except for in certain cases of a specific loan program like the down payment assistance program. It is completely optional. However, it is something that is highly, highly recommended because I'm not going to crawl space, I'm not going to go on a roof, and your home inspector will. So I recommend that everyone have a home inspection, although in this most recent market, many buyers were choosing to waive home inspections because honestly, that's what it took to win an offer. However, understand that waiving a home inspection is quite risky to you as the buyer. The appraisal is also something that is paid for by the buyer, but it is required by the lender. The appraisal tells the lender how much money the lender should lend. There are some occasions where the lender may issue an appraisal waiver, but for the majority of loans, the appraisal is mandatory. Step number 9, we're almost there. Coordinate the paperwork. We've gotten over the hurdles of the home inspection and the appraisal, and your file is now in final underwriting. So it is during this time the underwriter is taking that final check to scrutinize the file and make sure they've got everything. Escrow is calculating how much is going to be due at total. They'll send you an estimated closing statement, and you will receive communication from your lender and your realtor about any final documentation that might be needed. This period can be quite a waiting time because sometimes you don't hear anything for days. Once the underwriter has finally approved your loan and we get the clear to close, woohoo! Escrow will contact you to schedule the signing appointment, and at that time, you'll bring in your money to the closing table. Now, once we've reached this point, it is time to say a huge congratulations! Pen is closing the sale. Now, in Washington State, the lender funding and the county recording can happen on the same day. So funding is when the lender sends the money to escrow. Escrow receives it, they review the final paperwork to make sure that they got all the signatures captured. They calculate that the funds were received from the lender and the funds that were received from the buyer are balanced, and they release it to record, which means they notify the county that it's time to transfer the deed from the seller to the buyer. Once the county does this, they will provide recording numbers, and you are officially a homeowner. It is a complicated process, so I want to make sure that you got value from this video. If you did, be sure to check out some of my other videos on YouTube listed below in the description. There you will find both buying and selling advice, as well as many resources to help you through your journey. If you are looking into buying or selling real estate in East Pierce County, Washington, I'm your gal. Feel free to give me a call or a text, 206-962-0247, and I am happy to help. I'm Lynea Carver, making dreams come true, one home at a time.